You wanna guess the color of
It's sick.
It's fun.
It's silly, but it's sick.
I interrupt this broadcast of the Daft Hunks with breaking news.
Charli XCX has changed her Spotify name to XCX lowercase to be more on theme with the Brat aesthetic.
In addition,
We're also getting a report that she dropped an extra 3 songs on the new project.
from my understanding, it's Brat, but it's the same, except 3 more songs, so it's not.
Yeah,
From what I've heard around from folks that were on the scene.
So I'm wearing white because it's the Charli XCX white album.
Yep, the Beatles. And we've also I'm getting something.
Whoa.
I'm getting a report. This is a major report.
Yeah.
This is breaking news, folks.
We are coming at you in a reality where Brat is a 10.
A strong 9 to a 10.
We've been told what to think.
LP.
Anthony Fantano has presented the truth.
Yeah. And we liked the album before that.
I was feeling the album, but now I know for certain
that I like it.
that this is a 10. I've
Yeah.
been told that this is a 10, and I agree. I think that's all we have for today, folks. Return back
Check
to
out
your...
the Daft Hunks.
Check out the Daft Hunks here on ABC.
Hello and welcome back to the Daft Hunks.
Back again, another episode, folks.
We are here because there's more Brat music.
She said you guys cannot take a break for even
Yeah.
a moment in reacting to my music. So
One of the-
we're gonna do it some more.
One of the great album rollouts of our time.
I think genuinely, like a success in marketing. Like
Yeah,
our
yeah.
marketing team,
For sure.
like genuinely,
Well-
this will probably be in like textbooks in like 10 years at like university marketing
And
classes.
then to also get a 10 to make it's a critically
Critically
acclaimed
acclaimed album. Like also the album's amazing.
that
but
everyone
also,
is talking about. It's incredible.
Yeah.
And you might have seen our reaction listening party.
Yeah, if you didn't, here's
And,
here's a little.
Just do it on repeat, keep. When I'm in the club, yeah, I'm a 365 party girl. Should we do
It was a movie basically. Go watch. Yeah.
But one of our friends was predicting that she was going to do a Taylor Swift, like drop it that night.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it, the next day?
It was the next day, maybe a day later.
Yeah. 3 extra songs.
I don't know if we could have handled if she dropped 3 more songs that night.
night.
We might have died of heat stroke in the
Yeah.
sweaty house that we recorded that.
But
that
she
party in.
is giving the people a lot of content.
Oh, we're eating.
Yeah. We've been starving.
We've been starving.
But now we have plenty.
Now we've got so much food, and maybe there's still a remix album on the way.
For sure.
Who fucking knows?
But I remember you were disappointed Spring Breakers wasn't on the album because we had heard that leak.
Yes, yeah. So we got Spring Breakers.
It's out. And also,
here's what we know about the songs that were before we dive in.
We've been very diligent to not listen. Like we've
Genuinely,
it's been a challenge.
It's difficult to avoid Charli XCX songs these days, but we know Spring Breakers is on there, which is a song that's kind of been around. It's been leaked.
Yeah.
We know that she's gonna pass it to the Dare.
Right. And
Like-
we were waiting on the album for a moment where that would happen.
Yeah, I was
saw that clip.
anticipating, but she's gonna pass it.
She's gonna pass it to the Dare on Guess.
I think he's with it on Guess. Yeah.
He's with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally, I don't know the other song at all.
I actually don't know.
I have no clue. Hello Goodbye is the name
Hello
of
Goodbye.
the other one. Yeah.
Beatles cover?
Yep. And
So that's
Yeah.
exciting.
and then I think also in this video, we'll react to those songs, and then we'll kind of give like a
Brat Redux.
the Brat Redux. Like
I'm not feeling it anymore, honestly. It's like
7,
yeah,
maybe?
it's a 7.
light 7.
And now that everyone's talking about
yeah,
it,
I don't know if it's getting. It's
I have to be alt.
just overrated. That's the thing. No, I mean, it's still
it's great.
genuinely
great.
have barely listened to other music in
Yeah,
the past
yeah.
week. So
It's like there's a certain feeling when something like a new album comes out and it's good that you can just feel it. You know what I mean?
It's like
I don't know. It's like
where everything just
it just feels
shifts.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
don't know. It's an exciting thing.
no, and especially since everyone I know is just also.
Yeah.
It was. I had an interesting experience last night at like a friend dinner. There was 6 or 7 or 8 people there. So that was
Friend dinner last night?
Yeah, after you went home, honestly. Yeah. Sorry,
Oh, okay.
dude.
Dinner at
Late,
like 10:30.
11:30.
Yeah,
dinner.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Where'd you go?
We hit Hong Kong Diner. Thought it was a table that was very familiar with Brat, and we were just having a discussion about the album, about how she's ruined the color green permanently.
Yeah, she's claimed it.
She's claimed it as her own. Mm-hmm. And one person at the table was absolutely confused what we were talking about.
Really?
Didn't know the album.
Didn't know Brat?
Didn't know Brat. Didn't know about... I mean, they knew Charli XCX.
Yeah.
Probably.
Wow.
But we're very not familiar with this album, and I was like, wow, there's people out there.
Yeah, there must be. I
had no idea.
My feed, my algorithm is pretty... it's all I've seen.
It's a little ridiculous.
I've had people come up to me and just say like, what are you thinking about Brat? Like, what are your thoughts? It's great.
Yeah, it's a moment.
It's a moment.
Let's listen to these new ones, I guess.
Start with Hello Goodbye.
We'll start with Hello Goodbye.
I had no idea what to expect here.
Production by A.G. Cook on this one.
Cool.
I'm already spoiled on that by Genius. Low-key Charli, I'm kind of ready for you to change the album covers back to the old ones. Sorry. Breezy.
I'm in.
What's going on most of the time? I'm out my mind.
Sure.
Pretty instrumental.
Okay, she's back in her feels on this one.
For sure.
We're being real. Okay. This is fun.
Yeah.
This feels like something more akin to like Crash, and that's okay. Now we're talking. Here we go.
Here we go.
It's a house banger.
I mean, they're all just. These are all like ready. I think you said like a rooftop bar.
Rooftop bar vibes, and I'm talking like 14 stories up.
I'm picturing like L.A. Yeah. Summer.
She once again sings about shooting herself for the second time on the album, but we'll move past that. I feel like you compared one of the tracks on there to Lady Gaga. This one kind of gives me some Gaga vibes as well.
Let's go. I'm in.
This is fun. This is a fun track.
But melancholy.
Just being scared to love someone.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe.
That was me before you guys went to Hong Kong Diner. I was like, I gotta
say goodbye. And then we were like, bro, like we need you.
That's cool. Goodbye.
Those vocals were so raw, too.
Yeah, this whole song's pretty raw. Love the AG instrumental though.
Always, and he's so recognizable. Yeah. It's actually ridiculous. This wouldn't have made a ton of sense. I feel like on the album,
sure.
but this is fun.
I want to like hear this like EDC.
Like I could see a frat DJ drop this a little bit, not in a bad way, but
yeah, just like good vibes. Like,
it's a very good vibe song. Like the Molly flowing. Like this would be great.
I said goodbye, but I should have said hello. It's really like it's the same theme as like the Beatles song. Yeah, it's funny.
I'm sure she was very inspired.
She's the modern Beatles.
Yeah, I mean the Beatles should have said. It should have had an album cover that said the White Album, but it's by the Beatles.
The Beatles, but they're like thoughtful and old now.
Yeah, we're John and George and them.
I want to dance with George.
I want to dance with John. I want to dance with George. I want to dance with
Paul.
I want to dance with Ringo.
So silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that was.
Yeah, it was nice.
That was right.
I mean, I understand. It's a B-side, or it's like. Or the first song of the extended, where it's like...
It's going to be a little bit of a different sound.
Where it's like I said goodbye to the album. Like, we ended the album.
True, but hello.
Hello. Like, I'm kind of sad. It's like the party's over, sort of, but it's still going.
That's fair. Hey, that makes sense.
I got it.
But, yeah, I think this would probably have been the weakest song on the album a little bit. But, hey, I might be just...
I mean, yeah.
It was still fun.
Yeah, it kind of has like a talk vibe.
I think there's a certain section of songs that are like... I mean, not in a bad way, but like, I think have more mainstream appeal, like Talk, and kind of like Hello Goodbye, and like a song like Rewind as well.
For sure.
Where I'm like, I could see these in a lot of different settings, and they're still good songs.
Yeah,
but
it is wild that like, whatever, that it's a 10. I mean, I think it's great, but like Fantano, we like adore you.
Okay, let's settle down for a second. Speak for yourself, bro.
We adore you. Okay, no, I just mean we respect.
I do respect his music opinions.
Yeah, I mean, all his other 10s are the most experimental shit. Mostly,
generally,
just
he's got Kids See Ghosts in there as well.
Right.
But it's like spelling and what's that band? Daughters.
Sure.
Is that what that band is called?
Death Grips. I mean,
Death Grips. Yeah,
but I just mean the fact that there's songs like Talk on a 10.
It's a mainstream pop.
It's great. I like whatever.
But then even from a personal me level, I'm like. I
adore him.
I just he's beautiful. He has good opinions. Just want to grow up and be him someday. No, but on the album, it's I would struggle not to give it a 10 a little bit.
Yeah,
there's not a single song on here that's really a skip. Like if I'm not in the mood, I'm not going to listen to I Think About It All the Time, or I might say something stupid. Those are a different vibe.
Yeah.
But they still make a lot of sense in the album. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I support it. I think my definition of a 10 might be different than his, for sure. I think if it's 10 great songs, back to back, that might be. I'm with you. It's a 10.
Is this a 10?
I was saying that the whole video.
Okay, that's true.
I was saying that on track 3.
that's 100% true.
It's a 10. But yeah. Should we hear guess?
Yeah. Before we get into guess, I do actually. We have an advertisement of sorts on this one. It's from me.
Yeah.
If anyone has tickets to see Charli XCX at the Shrine on June 15th in Los Angeles that they want to sell me below resale value, then
less than 200.
I'm looking for
budget.
Yeah, and that's even a stretch.
Ruben showed me a ticket for 10K.
I
think for that show.
There's some crazy tickets going around. It's sitting at 250 right now. My friend got one at 180. I'd be happy. I would do that probably.
It hurts, but
it hurts.
It's worth it. I mean, I'm sure that's going to be a crazy show.
It's going to be so sick.
Yeah.
So I will hit me up.
Yeah, drop the comments. We'll put this out.
And if anyone
quickly.
on Charli's team happens to be we'd love to do content there.
So I'm look, we got a solid amount of views on our last vid.
Tap in.
We're really helping out.
And we're big Harrison fans too. Yeah. So we'd love to.
I did forget about that. Yeah, he's opening.
Yeah,
that's why you say that.
That's why I say that now, because we're about to get into guess with I know production by the Dare. But I believe Dylan Brady's also credited on here of 100 Gax.
Sick
from what I've read, which kind of my big three.
Big three.
Fuck Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole,
DB, the Dare, Charli.
Yep, DB, defensive back.
Do you know the brand Guess?
I don't see Guess.
Okay, I don't know what the song's about, but I feel like that's very the Dare, very
I think very much
sleazy.
his 2010s sleaze core. I believe the song's about underwear. From what I've
From
what I've heard, but I think also music.
Okay. Yeah. I know he has a new song coming out called Perfume.
True. Yeah, he is in a very specific vibe.
Yeah.
He's stuff you would buy at what's the one I wasn't a girl in
Hot Topic.
Maybe Hot Topic, but I don't know.
A girl in
the cuter one where you get piercings. People will say Spencer's.
Maybe.
I think things you would buy at Spencer's. That's what he's making songs about.
Right.
Nowadays.
No, that's his thing. That's his whole thing.
And sex. That's also his. That's also his thing. Here's guys. Girls as well, and sex also. The Dare.
Sex. Hell yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is a sleaze banger.
I recognize that bass. Okay.
This is crazy.
It's perfect.
Such a unique drum sound there.
Sounds
so
great.
Crazy. Oh, this is hard.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a drop.
You wanna guess the color of
It's sick.
It's
silly, but it's sick.
Do you want to guess the color of her underwear?
Yeah, let's guess.
I'm gonna go
green.
Green's a great guess. Green's a great guess. She does say, "Is it pretty in pink or all see-through?" So I'm not gonna guess pink. I think that's not the answer. Yeah.
I'm gonna go black, maybe.
That's fun.
Okay. Saw this at the frequencies.
Yes.
guess.
Yeah. Okay.
So insane.
I'm into it. King of Sleaze.
These big bass.
Yeah, and the little like synth flourishes.
Want to guess the password to my Google Drive? Guess the address of the party I'm at.
Wow. Want to guess I'm serious about this song? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that was.
I wouldn't want anything else from it.
That's exactly what I wanted that to be. Yeah, that song was awesome. That was literally like.
You want to guess? Yeah. Okay.
That was basic. It was like. It was an Electro Clash song. Mm-hmm. It was like a Peaches song. It was like kind of, but like with very modern, a modern sounding version.
You recently sent me an album from We Can Put 'Em On, that band Bassvictim.
Dude, yeah, that song was very.
It gives me that vibe.
We can honestly, let me just play a.
No, because they have a song about
their underwear as well.
Yeah.
And honestly, you know who put me onto that album?
The Dare.
The Dare. Yeah, we posted that on his story.
Of course.
But I've been really.
I love that album cover too.
So fire. Yeah, bass punk. Air on a G-string.
Yeah.
Listen to this for a second. I'm just gonna cut to the middle when she's talking about her underwear.
I have some lore on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so if you like Guess, you'll love this album.
It's so fun.
Like this is an absolute vibe.
It's about like air on my G-string. Like I'm going out with my underwear.
Feeling like a little bit of like with your thong hanging out.
It really reminds me of Miss Kitten, who I love.
Oh, sure.
But also, I like if you put into Spotify "Air on My G-string" or "Air on a G-string," it's like an old like classical song. So it's a very clever title.
Let me see.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait a second, turn that up real quick again.
Yeah.
My underwear.
It's also just like It's like a swaggy like MIA flow too. It's
that's facts. Yeah, this Guess song also definitely MIA vibes. Here's "Air on a G-string" by Johann Sebastian Bach.
Right, Bach.
Yeah. I'm showing my underwear. Wow,
it's kind of beautiful.
This is awesome. This kind of reminds me of "Everything Is Romantic" a little bit. Strings on that one. I wonder if he was inspired by Charli.
I've got air on my G's. Do you want to guess the underwear? This is like a classic, actually.
No, this is like
I don't.
This is an OG right here. Yeah,
you hear this all the time.
I'm gonna walk down the aisle to this.
You hear this all the time.
You hear this all the fucking time. It's just like, you're in like Spencer's.
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh my
God. Like Charli,
Johann.
Bach.
Yeah.
Bassvictim.
Bassvictim.
Yeah, we're putting people on. It's a wide variety of music today.
No, literally. Those are
the influences.
3 great songs. Yeah. It all stems from Bach, ends up at Charli.
We still gotta go Spring Breakers.
We still got Spring Breakers, which I'm pretty excited for. Also, like, it's just insane that the Derek got this shout out.
I mean,
like,
good for him.
He is with it.
He's popping,
but he still is like.
Yeah, but this might help. This
definitely will help. But he like is just one of those guys who is so culturally relevant, at least in certain circles. Yeah. With like really not the streams to back it up, which is like he's popping. But
he's only got a few songs too.
He does have like 5 songs, quite literally. So
good for the guy. We love him.
Let's go. Wow, you're really giving out the love today.
Like I adore him.
I adore him. Yeah.
No, I do.
I would do anything. If anyone can get me to the shrine this Saturday. Let's listen to Spring Breakers.
Have you seen this film? I've not seen it.
I have seen it.
People say it's great.
Incredible movie. We'll talk about it after the song. I also saw the new Harmony Korine movie, Aggro Drift, in theaters. Insane.
Like
I'll talk about it. It was terrible.
I thought so.
It includes a sample of "Every Time" by Britney Spears, which is in Spring Breakers.
Oh, okay.
In one of like the very iconic.
Maybe we can listen to "Every Time" at the end.
Yeah, we can do that after. Here's Spring Breakers. Like, speaking of MIA.
Yeah.
That's such a good line.
Wow.
There we go. Yeah, those like stabs.
Is this AG?
I think we got AG on here. We got Easy Fun on here. And we have someone named John Shave.
These little moments are cool.
This is cute.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Call back. It's very MIA, yeah.
Like, very much so. Even, like, kind of being, like, a villain on this track. Wow. We're so grimy.
So she's like,
The movie basically begins with them robbing a diner to go on spring break in Florida.
Okay. Got it.
This part's very interesting.
Very cool. It's kind of a like haunting outro.
It's interesting. This part's crazy.
See, this is like experimental. It's good.
Kind of terrifying song a little bit.
Wow. Okay.
360. No.
It's like that was fun, but at the end of the day, I'm crazy. Like it's the final, the final piece.
No, and like even like across this album, hey, like I've been very candid.
Yeah.
I want to have a baby.
Emotional.
I've been doing a lot of coke. In addition, I love George. And also like I might just go kill some people and get a DUI and not give a fuck, because that's the party girl life, like 365.
I respect it.
Yeah, I feel like these did complement the album pretty well.
Yeah,
especially Guess and Spring Break.
That one's
those are
really
fire.
Yeah, that one's like experimental. I can see that on a 10. But yeah, Spring, Lowercase Breakers,
obviously.
Yeah, cool.
That was sick.
Yeah, good. Like, I think those 3 songs capture the album.
Yeah, it's kind of
3
sides
Breakers
of the album.
I don't think that vibe is on the album, really.
I don't think there's anything quite as aggressive as that. Maybe on like, I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
Maybe on like Sympathy as a Knife.
Maybe.
There's like some moments in the latter half of that outro that get pretty
poppy.
abrasive. Yeah. I'll give my thoughts on the new Harmony Korine movie in limited theaters.
I've heard it was not good.
It
doesn't seem like something I would like at all.
Yeah, I mean, I was just interested in like the visual style of it, because it's shot all in infrared. Like,
it seems so overstimulating.
It was a lot, and that was definitely intentional.
Yeah,
it was also full of AI art. Like, it would just be shot and people like the characters are just covered in like flowing AI art the whole movie. I from what I understand, it was supposed to like emulate a video game.
Yeah.
Was the idea, but it really
none of that speaks.
It was
to me.
pretty plotless. It was pretty plotless. Sure. But it looked cool. I was filming it on my phone a little bit, so I'll throw a clip.
You went to the theater?
I went it's not like out on streaming, so we saw it in the theater in LA. We were one of like 4 people there.
Just when you were just there?
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago.
Shout out. That's cool.
It was the kind of thing where when we were walking out of the theater, literally stumbling because my eyes felt so weird from watching that whole movie.
All I know about it is at like an event was that famous Young Lean playing Vanished through his iPhone.
Shit.
Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
There's like a video.
There's been some crazy.
We'll clip it.
Yeah, there's been some crazy events like Snow Strippers just DJ or like performed at a Aggro Drift event in Tokyo.
It's but just
I know
picture,
Arca also DJ'd an Aggro Drift event, so like
just picture Young Lean with his like Grinch. You know the guy in the Grinch, like the Who. He's got like the mayor type haircut. He's got the insane haircut. Sure. And there's like visuals on the screen, and he's playing Vanish from his iPhone. Nice. Not mixing it all.
That's sick. Okay.
So that's all I know about the movie.
That's pretty much it. Travis Scott's in it too.
Okay.
So.
In the movie?
He's in the movie. His character is pretty pointless.
Okay. Well,
it's also like, and this movie was also like, I mean, on par with Harmony Korine's other movies, very gruesome. Like, despite being in infrared, like very gruesome. Like, and
not
pretty
necessarily
gross.
a fan of that aesthetic.
I do like his movies, but it is a lot to handle. Anyways,
what are your thoughts on Brat as a whole? Looking back,
I was thinking we could just go through a couple things here. Maybe give our like our final, not final, but for the time being, or maybe our top 3 or top 5.
Sure.
We could also maybe list off what was the biggest grower for you on the album so far.
Sure. Well, I mean,
and then maybe overall thoughts.
Yeah, it was interesting because the first time we listened, like we could kind of barely hear it.
In a sense,
like we could. I mean,
it was a hectic environment.
We could feel it, but like. Yeah, listening to the songs, I could actually hear the lyrics a little bit and stuff, which is interesting. But I honestly really enjoyed like the sort of emotional ones. Like, I mean, just like because it feels so genuine, and I think that's a good part of this album. Like, there's a balance between like crazy party, like stupidness, and like emotion. I was just gonna say, "Girls So Confusing." I was like just listening to that. I was like, it's kind of a diss track, but it's also kind of like self. What's the word? Like
self-referential.
Well, and like, she's kind of like making fun of herself, or she's like kind of feeling bad for herself too. She's like, why aren't we friends? Or like, what's wrong with me? I like that one.
I mean, kind of Mean Girls has the same vibe too, where it's like,
and bangs too.
That one bangs as well as is like, kind of calling herself out a little bit, but and her fans out. But no, I do like that same contrast. Like, I mean, it's most evident the last two songs where you have I Think About It All the Time, which is like about how she wants to settle down and have a baby.
Think about it all the time.
And then 365 is just quite literally about just doing coke all night and not sleeping and not eating
for a full year.
For a full year. Yeah. So like really like it kind of gets her two moods. It's very balanced.
It's a 10.
But yeah, I mean, I'll give my top 5 real quick. I don't have this prepared.
That outro of 365 hits hard.
365 honestly is probably my favorite song on the album now. It's been like nonstop. The drop 2 minutes in, where it's just don't sleep, don't beat, don't eat, just do it on repeat. Yeah, and
gets all French.
No, literally.
Is it actually just Saffelsine?
I actually would love to look. I haven't looked.
Our friend
Aiden
said that.
No, it's not actually. No. Someone named Circuit. Okay. He's Canadian though, not French. Maybe French Canadian. Gotta be.
Sure.
Gotta be.
Isn't that a record label? No, sorry.
French Canadian?
Secretly Canadian.
Oh, yeah, that is a record label. But my top 5, 365, number 1. Everything is Romantic, number 2.
2. Damn.
Probably 2. I struggle with the singles now because they've been out so long.
Yeah, that's true.
But Von Dutch is probably 3.
I love Von Dutch. Yeah.
And then give me Sympathy is a Knife at 4. That part where she talks about I might just buy a gun.
Crazy.
I just want to shoot myself. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's why it's like a 10. It's like so what's the word? Like transparent. It's just like straight up.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing is like like
that song is great too. It's just like simple. About like not trusting it. Someone like I can't give anyone sympathy because they just stab you in the back.
Yeah.
So, and then my last favorite probably Club Classics. Also great. You got any different opinion from that?
I might throw Talk in there. I'm basic.
That banged. I think that's my pick for like. I think that's gonna pop.
Or Mean
Girls. Mean Girls has TikTok potential for sure.
Maybe you could say Mean Girls is too obvious, but I don't know. It's like, I think it's genuine too.
I think some of the lyrics on there, like there's some really silly ones. Like if we look at it real quick.
Lana Del Rey in the AirPods.
Yeah, and she talks about like you said she's anorexic. And
that's kind of wild.
Like that's kind of wild,
she's
but
just
also
going for it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some silly lines on there, but still funny.
I think I mean I feel like the only one I can't. I mean, it's also still great. It's like Apple. Like it's still
okay. Apple.
It's like it still bangs. It's still like bangs. It does. Yeah. I think maybe thematically, like I can't really. I don't know what it's about or something.
That's fair. I think it's just about love. Kind of. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
It's about the brand.
It's about Steve.
Yeah.
Like I mean, this album's so good that like honestly, the weakest song might be like 360. Like that's how good this album is. It's like it's an absurd feat.
And like the So I like it's. I
mean, So I is great, but it's like a.
I mean, it's
not like the mood I'm trying to get from this album. Yeah, it's not really
beautiful.
But beautiful song. But I have not returned to that.
There's so much depth. There's so much depth to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what we got. I guess what biggest grower? What do you got there?
I would say Girls So Confusing for me. That's like I think it's got depth. I was listening to it in the grocery store yesterday. Like, nice. Damn, she's going in.
It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. Yeah. Yeah. For me, probably. I mean, I put 365 1. I think that's also the biggest grower.
For sure.
It's like that. Just I didn't realize how good it was in the moment. Like I was reacting enough. Like I was very excited.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize like how hard that shit goes.
Now I'm excited to hear these remixes and.
Oh yeah.
I mean.
Oh my god.
Properly released.
We better give us the whole remix album, girl. Please.
I think it's got to happen.
Here's the Britney Spears song, I guess.
Every time.
Yeah.
Comment below what are your favorite songs.
Yeah, give us your favorite songs on Brat.
Yeah.
And also if you want to sell me a ticket to the Shrine on
DM
June 15th. Yep. And please don't scam me. Also, like, come on, like, what the fuck?
That'd be wild.
That would be crazy.
Saw your video, wanted to scam you.
Yeah. Yes. Saw your video, loved the content, wanted to scam you real quick. Here's Every Time by Britney Spears.
Oh, I know this. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Wow. Crazy girl shit. Crazy hunk shit. About to go Spring Breakers.
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you for listening.
Probably A minor. Probably Spring Breakers.
I'm going to watch a movie and it's probably Spring
Breakers. Crazy girl shit. About to go Spring Breakers. They not like us. They not like us. Brat is a 10. Brat is a 10.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Have a good one, you guys. Oh, shit. Is that breaking news? Oh, my God.
What happened?
The episode's over.